Good morning and welcome to the wonderful world of Des Moines. Now just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
We had a fun day today. We went to Raising Cane's
We were raising canes.
in Altoona. And then we visited a couple of stores. One of them is Lowe's, which you'll see in this video. They have a huge Halloween display, so many Halloween things. And Craig enjoyed seeing that.
That was a lot of fun.
And then after that, we went to Menards, which that will probably be in a different video because I don't want to make this video too long. And again, they had a lot of Halloween too. Some of theirs, it wasn't activated. Well, actually that way at Lowe's too, but they have a lot of fun stuff at Menards. My favorite thing is the villages. They have like Halloween villages every year. Someday I'm going to get one of those.
Oh, I saw one of them. They have part of it is like a haunted amusement park.
Yeah, I think that's from last year.
Yeah,
and it was on sale,
yeah.
kind of on sale.
Yeah, well, like the
galleon.
The galleon.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't on display. I didn't know what it looked like. That'd be pretty funny.
That did look, I loved last year's set.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And this year's set, it all lights up and makes sounds, a lot of it.
Yeah, that one said it was like $79 and it was only like $27 now or something.
Yeah.
The galleon one.
Yeah. I just think that Josie's a little too young for it yet, and it will break. So
little pieces, and if that galleon thing's going back and forth, that little motor is not designed for somebody grabbing it and stopping it repeatedly.
Yeah. So maybe when the girls get a little older, of course, then there'll probably be another little one. Not this year though. And I'm planning on getting my Halloween stuff out this week, my fall stuff. I just have to get Joe to take it down from the garage for me.
I'm planning on taking that out of the garage in November.
Yeah. No, then it will be time for you to take out the Christmas stuff. So, I got a question from a viewer. And the first question was, what happens if there's a flight delay? And that seems it seems like an appropriate time to talk about that since we will be going to Florida very soon and we'll be going on a flight.
And all we see on travel vlogs is flight delays.
Yeah.
Oh man. It seems like right now the worst thing you can do from what we've seen on the ones that we follow is take a budget. I mean, now I'm not talking like Southwest is a discounted fare, but it's not budget. So if you take those budget ones, look out because it seems like they're all delayed all the time. Like, yeah, crazy.
Hopefully there shouldn't be any weather-related delays.
Not gonna do it.
But hopefully there won't be any hurricane weather when we're in Florida. I know we're going at a dicey time.
Yeah, we've done that before.
Right.
We traveled one time over the holidays to see the Christmas stuff and everything. It was just, it was that the first week of February when just you, me, and Craig went down?
It was in February. I can't remember what part of it.
I thought it was the very first week. And we ended up, on the way back, we flew from Orlando to Detroit, and then we're scheduled to come over. Well, we got caught in Detroit for a long time, actually. And they had like, Detroit can do that lake effect snow, and I've never even seen that before, but wow. It was snow, and it looked like there was 2 feet of snow out there. A plow had come by, and 30 minutes it looked like there was at least another foot sitting out there. I'd never seen snow come down like that. In my entire life, never like that. And it looked like we were going to get stuck. And we were already, what are we going to do? Do we bail on this place and try to get a taxi over to a hotel close by? We were trying to look them up, and ended up they got a crew. They couldn't get a crew there, so they got a crew in another plane to come out of, I don't know if it was JFK, I think, or LaGuardia. And they flew over to Detroit after they waited until they got a flight attendant crew as well. and then they were able to fuel that plane up, and everybody got in there, and we were the last flight to leave the Detroit airport. I remember them saying that, well, you're lucky, folks, but I think they about had to, because it was going to Chicago, we went right to Des Moines.
Yeah, we went.
But it was a fairly full flight, and I think that's why they did it. So, yeah, we zipped over there, and it was pretty uneventful.
Well, but waiting with Craig was a little bit tough.
Yeah.
And what did we do to get you? You are the one that kept Craig under.
We just kept
calm.
We just kept walking around, and then at one point they brought out a tray with pop and cookies and bags. They had some Doritos,
airline snacks.
Yeah, and a lot of
We went and got something to
nuts.
Eat somewhere, I think.
Well, it was getting late.
But there was a lot of places closed.
Machines.
Yeah, I remember going somewhere, but I don't remember.
We went way
what
down
we
to one
found.
end, and there was a whole bank of vending machines.
And then when we got back to Iowa, it was snowy.
Yeah.
And we had a hard time getting home.
Yep.
That's when Craig named the van Balto.
Yeah.
He still calls it that to this day.
Yeah.
Because Balto had to make its way through the snow.
Yeah, because we had got that same huge snowstorm that came through here, and there was way more snow than Joe should have been smart enough to drive home.
We should have stayed in Des Moines. Yeah. It was pretty scary. You couldn't see the road at all. It was dark.
And it wasn't that you just couldn't see it. I mean, you were driving and it was constantly pushing you because the snow was up and it was pounding into the wheel wells. It was the van, even though we've got an all-wheel drive van, and that's the only reason we got home. If you're in a snowy area and you're debating between front-wheel drive and rear-wheel, you're going to get less gas mileage with an all-wheel drive. So go with an all-wheel drive, though.
Yeah.
Man, it was a champ.
We were very glad to get home.
Yeah. I remember we went through one town, it's not very far from where we live now, Carlisle. And I passed two guys in four-wheel drive pickups that were having trouble getting started. Because all-wheel drive, they've got a sensor thing between all the wheels and everything. And yeah, we just took off from the intersection in a 4-lane, and I knew where the road was 4 lanes there, and we walked past them, and as we were leaving town, I saw their headlights were back there. I don't know if they stayed in town or what, but I never saw them again. We never caught up to a car on the road, and we only ever met one car coming from that way going towards Des Moines.
Yeah.
Gee, Christmas.
Bad. We have had a delay while we were on a plane too. Well, we've had delays. One time they had to use the oxygen for someone.
Yep, coming.
That was Allegiant.
Yeah,
and we had to wait in the airport for a very long time.
Yeah.
And
we got stuck out on the tarmac in Chicago one time when it was really busy. And I bet we were out, and it was hot. And I bet we were on the tarmac. And this, in today's standards, ain't nothing. But it was like 45 minutes or so.
When you're inside of the plane, It gets hot.
Yeah, because they don't turn the air on until that plane gets up to full power.
And Craig does start to get upset about that.
Yep. Well, just like all of us. Yeah, you get irritable when you start sweating and you're like, oh.
And we have the coping mechanisms, but Craig does not have good coping mechanisms.
Yeah. So since we're traveling in September this time, we're going very prepared. I got Nancy last year. I got her at one of them small portable fans where it flips up and there's 2 blades that'll spin, and you can set it down, but it's mostly a portable one with no cage on it or anything. You can put it in front of your face. Well, we bought 2 of those ones that are more you see the stroller fans where they can wrap around stuff and hold on. We got 2 of those as well. We're taking all 4 of those.
Well, and we have the neck fans, which I plan on using. I used those the last time we were in Florida. Those helped a lot.
I'm just saying on the plane. If we get stuck on any tarmac, we'll have that stuff fully charged where, he can have a nice big fan blowing on his face to keep him cooled down on that aspect of it. At least he won't have that suffocating feeling that we all get. And it's horrible to be stuck on those planes like that.
It is. It's hard. The best thing you can do is if you can prepare him for it like when we went on the train, because trains have so many delays, we talked about it a lot.
All the time.
And we talked about how there might not be Wi-Fi, because we honestly didn't think there'd be Wi-Fi. However, there was Wi-Fi most of the time.
No.
Well, no, there was. We got service.
We had cell service
for almost the whole time.
Yeah, it was out like just for like 5 minutes at a time, and just a few, not even a handful of times.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, but I've heard it's worse on like
probably in the mountains.
The California Zephyr. If you do that one from Chicago to Emeryville, if you do that one, I've heard you lose cell service a lot through the Rockies, as we were going through some pretty desolate areas, but we could always see roads, and you could see houses. Not very many, but evidently they kept cell service out there for those folks as well. So
the first time we took Craig on a flight, we went very prepared. We had a bag. I remember it was like kind of like a little blue, in my mind, it seems like a blue kind of like a duffely like bag.
Yeah, it was a little kid's.
Yeah,
like going to grandma kind of bag.
It was packed full of. We bought books and little toys that he had never seen before the trip. And honestly, he didn't need. I don't know if he needed any of it. He did really good on our first flight. I do remember. I don't know if it was that flight or another one that someone complained in the seat behind us
that he was bouncing
and it was bouncing there, since their tray table is on the back of the seat. It was bouncing their tray table, which is a kind of an annoying problem because you pay for your seat.
Yeah.
But I understand that was irritating to the person who had their drink or whatever set on there.
Yeah. Don't set your drink on it. Pretty easy.
But also annoying to us because we paid for that seat, and he wasn't being bad or anything.
Yeah. And at his age, it was really hard to rationalize with him to stop that. So I think as I did, I just put my arm behind him, and as he would go to try to rock back, I used my arm as kind of a shock absorber a little bit. And that's, I mean, as a parent of an autistic child, a lot of times I try to get between him and society.
Right, we usually do.
So,
no, we don't ever put Craig on the outside.
Yeah. Well, I mean just in general, if there's people walking this way, I get over to this side and get between him and them if I can.
Right.
If they're over there, I'll shuffle to the other side.
And when we're in line, we usually do one in front and one behind.
Yep. We try to keep him a little more crowd that way. So.
I was thinking there are a lot of things to think about with traveling and also going to amusement parks with a child with autism. So I'm going to try and think of some things that we've done in the past and that we still do that will help with that, and what issues that we have. For the most part, we've been pleasantly surprised. Oh, and they also asked what would happen if we forgot Craig's birthday, which we could never forget Craig's birthday because he reminds us every day, at least a month in advance. He tells me what he wants for his birthday several months in advance. One time, it wasn't his birthday, but I'll never forget, was on Valentine's Day. He was expecting to get 2 DVDs, and he said he had told me, but I had no recollection of it. So he was really disappointed because he didn't get those DVDs on Valentine's Day.
He thinks he's waiting for his Memorial Day present and his Labor Day present, and he wants to celebrate everything.
He does celebrate everything.
Ooh, Yom Kippur's coming up.
And one last thing, I was reading through my journals again and found this that kind of amazed me. I didn't remember this, and this would have been when Craig was 5. I was talking about how Joe took Stephanie out to his brother's house to get a kitten, and Craig and I stayed home. And Craig decided he wanted to go somewhere and get a snack. He kept bugging me about it, and I was just trying to put him off and ignore him. And finally, he came to me and said, "Clothes on, red Mickey Mouse." And he took me to his room and he showed me his red Mickey Mouse shirt that he wanted to wear. And he proceeded to put it on. He got stuck getting his last arm in. Someone asked me not that long ago, like, at what age could Craig dress himself?
So it was pretty close to 5.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know if we had him dress himself from that time on. I can't remember. But apparently he had the ability when he was 5 that we could teach him, because he was able to do most of the shirt on his own. I do remember he always had trouble, like if he zipped his pants. We talked about that eventually we just switched to sweatpants.
And that was that tactical thing with his. He just didn't understand how hard he had to hang on to pull up.
He still has a little bit of, he can do all of that, but he still has trouble with that. His hands, with making them work the way that
Pressure.
Yeah, pressure.
Yeah.
Um,
You can see that in a lot of the cooking videos when he does it. He doesn't want to. He just doesn't understand the fulcrum lever part of cutting with a knife. And
so of course I took him to Casey's after that to get a snack.
oh yeah, yeah.
And he picked out Kix, and I guess he was disappointed with his choice when we got home.
Kix cereal.
Yeah, that's what he chose, and he got really mad because he wasn't ready for us to. We actually walked to Casey's, which was quite a ways from our house.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Casey's?
Yeah, that's what it says. I must have put him in the stroller. This was in June. I walked to Casey's.
I mean, it's not that far. That's the new one over by the racetrack. So.
Yeah, but it is a bit of a, would have been a bit of a walk.
1, 2, 3. No, really, it's only 4 blocks over there.
Yeah, maybe it's not as far as I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's not as far as you're thinking it was.
But he wasn't ready for the walk to end, so he had a fit. So I just stayed with him in his room until he got over it.
In the stroller?
Not in the stroller. I evidently was able to get him into the house, and I guess he eventually calmed down. But I did say his tantrums really don't faze me anymore, so apparently Craig did have tantrums at that time. Somehow your mind forgets those things.
It's like childbirth, you know. They say that if any woman actually remembered childbirth, you know, the population of the earth would have ended years ago.
Oh, I remembered. I was terrified. After having Stephanie, I was terrified when knew I was going to have to go in labor with Craig. I'm like, I don't want to do that again. But then you do, like right after your baby's born. I mean, you know it's all worth it. But yeah, you never go into it wanting to do that again. And Joe has on his Walt Disney shirt today.
A yellow one. I liked it. It was a very popular shirt when we were down there. We've seen lots of people wearing it. So we knew they'd been buying them off shelves. It was the only large I found.
Well, they had a deal, wasn't it? If you buy 2, they were $25 each or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a real deal.
Yeah, and I think it was more than that. I think it was like $27.50.
Yeah.
Which for a Disney shirt sometimes is a deal.
Yeah. Yes.
Pretty sad.
You just expect the prices when you go.
Yep.
But I think that's all I have tonight. So.
I had to chase the raccoon off the deck
right. 2:30.
At 2:30 in the afternoon.
Because he'd been coming at 3:30,
Yeah,
and now
so.
he got brave enough to come an hour earlier.
So I'm putting the trap out. What is tomorrow? Tuesday? Yeah, I'll still put it out. I'll put it out tomorrow morning, or maybe even tonight. If I put it out and I can put it out in the front of our house and see if that attracts him down there. That way the dogs won't be jumping at the cage and everything at him. You know, I don't.
Yes.
I don't want to traumatize, because he's not even a full-grown one. I bet, but he needs a new home. So, unless any of you guys want to send your address in a big box that's lined in steel.
Poor little guy.
I'll send him your way.
But he is getting to be a real.
I've got a good spot I can take him. It's a nice big draw. Water runs down through it and everything. So there'd be and there's cornfields around there. So I know there'd be frogs down through there. Probably crawfish, and they turn over the rocks and find those. So it's honestly a better place than what he's at right now. Granted, we got the lake behind us, but lakes aren't really for those guys. They're more for woodsy and stuff like that.
So that's where we are in the raccoon saga.
Yep.
And with that, we'll say good night and go on to the rest of the video. So,
It's good night.
bye. We'll see you tomorrow.
Peace.
She's got you in there.
It's Monday, August 28th, and we're on our way to Altoona.
To Raising Cane's.
We're going to eat lunch at Raising Cane's, and we're going to visit Lowe's because...
And Menards.
And Menards because they have their Halloween displays up. So...
Yeah. And a lot of people, you've seen a lot of videos where people show stuff from Lowe's and everything, but I think Menards is more of a northern thing, up Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin kind of stuff, so you might see some stuff that you don't see on some of the other videos.
And don't be surprised if we buy birdseed. And a feeder, who knows?
A feeder?
Like an Oreo feeder.
Oh, no, I'm not buying, not this year. I'll wait for them to go on clearance if I'm going to buy something.
Craig, what do you want to get when we're in Altoona?
The chicken strips.
Okay.
Yeah, the bridge is open.
You should have wore your chicken strip shirt.
Oh, dang it.
That's all right.
Dang it.
You just tell there was only like 3 people working in the whole place. Oh, that's Claxton's.
There's Claxton's? I always think it was Claxton's.
It's Claxton's.
Oh, there's no T. It's a popular restaurant. It's barbecue, right?
There it is.
Oops, sorry. Thanks, Craig. I was gonna go one more intersection. Craig's like, oh no, you don't.
Craig's always a good co-pilot.
That's Prairie Meadows.
Yeah. It's a really nice morning. Perfect temperature, but it's supposed to get hot later today. It's a high of 86. Where are you going, buddy? We go in over, or are you going to go on the crosswalk? Never mind. Okay. Good job. Yeah, it's right here. Hold the door. Okay. Here we are.
Here you go with the music.
Yep.
Hey, Craig, hold up. Which one do you get?
You getting your drink ready? Craig's sitting back by Elvis. So our food has arrived. It smells delicious. It's fresh and hot. We all did get the same thing. We got the 3-piece meal. We have the chicken tenders, the crinkle cut fries, my favorite, and you get some toast. Craig loves the toast.
And the cane sauce.
And the cane sauce, yes. Craig, oh, so far he hasn't tasted his chicken. He's too busy eating his fries. Craig, how do your chicken strips taste?
Delicious, Mama.
The thing I will say about here is their chicken strips are so tender inside. Sometimes when you get chicken strips from a restaurant, they're kind of stringy inside and dry.
They're not dense. So you can see they haven't been compacted or anything.
Yeah. It's just a nice, tender, juicy white meat. And of course, I love the coating. It's not too heavy, but it's nice and crispy. Craig, who has the better chicken? Cane's or Charlotte's Kitchen?
Cane's.
You've just told Dad Charlotte's Kitchen. So, Craig, are you excited to go to Lowe's and see the Halloween displays?
Yeah.
What are you hoping to see? What
I don't know.
What kind of monster?
Frankenstein.
Yeah, that would be fun if they have a Frankenstein one. Craig, can you give me a review of Raising Cane's?
Raising Cane's is the best restaurant. The chicken strips taste delicious. The waiter is nice. I give it 2 thumbs up, 5 stars, and a Craig A. Bamboo seal of approval.
These are really pretty. Craig's already found. Oh, he's going through. Well, they have quite a display going on here. I'll back up a little bit so you can see. Yes. Craig's found the Disney things right away. These are cute. $9.99. These are $24.98.
Oh, here it is.
like Scooby-Doo.
Daddy.
It's very cute. It's all remind me of Universal Studios. Those are cute. Display.
These are blow molds.
Yeah. $50, $40 basically. Craig loves looking at all the Halloween things. Let's see what this one does. Push that button for me, Craig. Oh, and she pops out.
That's pretty scary. Imagine that on your door.
Yes.
Little kid.
Do that one with the skeleton in the swing.
Not working.
Oh, it's cute, but not as much fun as the lady popping out. Let's see what this one does. Oh, just the candles light up. Oh, look, they have the Haunted Mansion light set. There's some, like, outdoor lights to poke in the ground. The Madame Leota tombstone. Inflatable. Oh, look at the books. That's cool. That's fun. You can put those on a shelf. I really like that. Let's see.
What's scarier than Halloween? Your aim. Oh.
Tombstones reminds me of the ones at the Haunted Mansion. What do you think of all this Halloween, Craig?
That was scary.
Yeah, we haven't looked at the big stuff yet. See these up here. They just have so much fun Halloween stuff. This one does something. Oh, just eyes light up. I think they all do.
Rare bear.
The fog machine down here for $99.98, and they have the solution for it. And that's not working, huh?
Nothing happened.
Yeah. Oh, they must not have them turned on or something. It's like he's rising up from the grave. Look at these wreaths. This is pretty cool. I don't know what it does.
Beware, for ghosts and goblins come out tonight.
My goodness, that's scary. And that is $59.98. Here are their giant ones. It looks like an evil witch. And we've got the huge skeleton for $348. Is this Pennywise or just a killer clown? Look at this massive scarecrow. He is $398. Where do you put these after Halloween is what I want to know. There's this girl holding her doll. Oh, look at this spider. They usually have these activated, so they'll do something when you walk close to them. There's this box. I'm guessing these are supposed to pop up out of here. It's a giant skeleton. Here's a skeleton drummer. I'd love to see what they do. Here's a guitar playing skeleton. Craig really wants these to work, and so do I. There's all kinds of blow molds up. Air blown inflatables up there. And look at these. These are just adorable. This big tombstone. This inflatable pirate ship. It's $119. Tree for $99. And Oogie Boogie for $139. You've got a Gremlin, Michael Myers, and Chucky. And then there's Kevin from Minions, the Cheshire Cat, Ursula, and Cruella de Vil. And then little Mickey Mouse vampire over there. I think this one's really cute though. It's $159. Here's the inflatable spooky tree. I like that a lot. There's a big pumpkin. Big spiders. Craig, did you see the spider?
No, Dad. No, get away.
This is skeleton. It's one of those evil jack-o'-lanterns.
Don't go in there.
Oops. Oh, he's motion activated.
Don't touch it.
Oh, the spider from the ceiling vibrates. Can you see him? It's this guy. And over here's the pirate ship. And Ursula. She's right beside him. They're actually quite large when they're blown up. I think the girls would love this, but they'd want to try and get in it somehow. Now we're quickly approaching the area for bird feeders and bird seed. It's cute.
By my most by my tax.
I'm not sure. Is it a bird? Is it for birds or squirrels? But it's like a little picnic table. I've seen them have things like this for squirrels. And a little like porch swing one. This is like, is it a birdhouse? It's cute. There. Look at this garden flag. That is so funny. It's like maybe they're chipmunks. They're dressed up like Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein. I love that. I may have to buy that. They do have lots of nice garden flags for fall and Halloween. Look at the haunted house one. They have this one. And this one's really pretty too. It's hard decisions. But I really do think I have to get the squirrel one because it's just too funny. But I like that haunted house one too. They do have lots of nice garden flags for fall and Halloween. Look at the haunted house one. They have this one. And this one's really pretty too. It's hard decisions. But I really do think I have to get the squirrel one because it's just too funny. But I like that haunted house one too. But don't you think this is the perfect one to get? Because Joe loves chipmunks so much. Oh, these hanging Halloween lights. It's Leatherface from Chainsaw. And they actually light, they make noise when they light up. You get 8 in this box. That wouldn't be for me. It's a pretty scary little spider.
They got like the caution, danger tape and everything.
Here, I want you to look at this garden flag.
A garden flag. What is it?
No, turn over, you see the picture.
Oh.
I think it's perfect.
Well, if you get the outfits, I can provide the chipmunks.
Yeah.
You can just make your own.
It's showtime.
That's perfect. They have these big plushies for $29.98. I don't think they do anything. I think they're just plushies. They are big. Maleficent. There's Ursula. Very cute. Hi, Craig.
Hey, Mom.
How many days till Florida?
We got 18.
Ooh, it's getting so close. We're gonna have to start packing our bags soon.
Yeah, soon we gotta pack our bags.
Craig, what building in Des Moines has the most stories?
The library.
Ah, you knew it! What do you call a cold dog?
I don't know.
A chili dog.
How to Catch a Clover Thief. How to Catch a Clover Thief by Elise Parsley. Narrated by Corey Burton. The stones were tall, the leaves were large. Roy couldn't believe his luck. All this clover patch needed were those sweet white blossoms, and then he could gobble up his favorite snack. They were nearly ready. He just needed to be patient. Don't even think about stealing my patch of clovers, Jarvis, said Roy. Eyeing his neighbor, Jarvis shook his head. Heavens, I wouldn't think of it, Roy. After all, clover is hard to come by in these woods. And you found it first. It clearly belongs to you. It does, said Roy. Now go away. It's about to bloom. Say, you know what you need, Roy, old buddy? Here, this cookbook will help you plan some new recipes while you wait for those delightful blossoms. Jarvis hopped up while Roy kept an eye on his clover and read the first recipe and the second recipe. The third recipe called for mulberries and mushrooms. When Roy returned for his foraging, this clover patch was smaller. The next day, Jarvis skipped into the clearing. What's the matter, Roy? Go away, Jarvis. My clover is ready to bloom, but there is a clover thief around here. So I've got to stand guard day and night. My, said Jarvis. You know what you're going to need, Roy? A proper campsite here. Here, this guidebook will give you all the tips and tricks. Roy resisted. But finally, he picked up the book and pitched a tent. He built a campfire. And by the time Roy finished carving a canoe, crash! His patch was even smaller. The next day, Jarvis peeking into the clearing. Go away, Jarvis! Roy yelled. I'm hungry now, man. I've been staying awake guarding this patch day and night, and that's all I will do until my get my clover blossoms. Roy, said Jarvis, do you know what you need? Let me guess. Another book? No, Jarvis giggled. Company. Mind if I... Oh, all right, shouted Roy. You're going to love this one, said Jarvis. It's a textbook I've been reading about recent advancements in aerospace engineering. I don't even know what space engineering is, cried Roy. You will soon enough. Listen to this. And Roy listened for a while. Then it was nothing but orbital inclination and nose cones. But Roy wrote, the clover was completely eaten up, right down to the nubblings. How can this be? Cried Roy. Then he froze and snarled, Wait, where is that gopher? Oh, hi, Roy, Jarvis gulped. Did I hear that your little clover is completely gone? That's terrible. Sheesh. And after all, you've done it protect, so what are you going to do? Jarvis, said Roy. I think you know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a book, Jarvis squeaked. Oh, thank goodness. Of course, a book. The perfect way to pass the time. While your clover grows back. Off you go, Roy. Roy rushed to the library, and while he waited for his clover to grow, Roy read and read, and looked up words he didn't know, and read some more. And Roy didn't see Jarvis for weeks. But when he did, Roy was ready. He had just needed the right book. The end. And this is Craigie Vaver saying, keep on having a great day, and we'll see you real soon.